Snapshot 6 for Minecraft 26.3 brought us new pack versions with the news for data components, entity data, and a whole lot of world generation. My name is Sliced Lime and this is a showcase. Let's start with item components. Some of the components added in the previous couple of snapshots that reference number providers can now also instead specify a number directly. This applies to the compostable component as well as cooking fuel and brewing fuel. In entity data news, there's a new tag for all mob types called invulnerable time, which specifies a number of ticks for which the mob will be invulnerable. Some command fixes in this version. The crafting special recipe types now work properly with the limited crafting game rule and the recipe command. Brewing recipes no longer show up as suggestions for the recipe command. And the publish command no longer has a game mode argument. This version also extends the block interact loot table type with an origin parameter, which is the center of the block being interacted with. In world generation news, a bug has been fixed with the caves and floating islands noise settings presets not generating properly. The format of noise specifications has changed, with a number of new fields added to control the generation of the noise. Density functions have also changed, with the Y-clamped gradient being renamed to gradient and given more options. The end islands density function has been renamed to end outer islands and now only calculates the outer islands. And there are a number of new density functions added in this version. Pow, log, square root, and sine for calculating common mathematical operations. Distance to point for computing the distance to a fixed point. And slice for removing a dimension from a density function by taking a slice along a given axis. There's also a structure change in this version. The feature pool element can now connect to jigsaw blocks with any target name. In resource pack news, the trim palette replacement field of equipment assets has been replaced with trim overrides. This can be used to swap out the texture or palette used with specific trim materials or patterns for a given equipment asset, not just swap specific palettes. And in shader news, the terrain shader files have been rewritten to support multi-draw, and some of the members in globals and dynamic transforms have been shuffled to save memory. The render Perl explicit depth invariance define has also been added. And that's it for these pack versions. Thank you for watching. My name is Sliced Lime, and I'll see you next time.